So, welcome to our breathing space of the 4th of February. And today, as always, just a little practice body scan, breath, thoughts, and feelings. And a reminder that our practice is a nice little oasis, a way of reconnecting to self in the middle of a busy life. But also, I'm sitting here at my desk doing mindfulness, but I'm also, as you can see, very busy with a bunch of essays that I have to grade. So, a reminder that our mindfulness is not so much about escaping from reality or stepping out of reality, but more taking the time to connect to what is actually going on in our lives and how it's coming alive in our bodies, in our emotions, and in our thoughts. And then holding that perhaps in compassion. And so it's a way of connecting to the real world, real life, real experience, but in a mindful and conscious way. So maybe just beginning our practice as you take your posture to connect to how you and your body feel. Even if it's just a fleeting awareness of a energy, tired, agitated, restless, or calm, and a sense of your body, even if just a fleeting awareness of places where your body might feel tense or tired, or where your body might feel rested and strong. Even if it's just a very broad brushstroke awareness. And perhaps you're also aware of a kind of a moodscape, like your weather, your emotional energy, happy or sad, even even if that's as good as you get. Just connecting to that and then deciding how you would like to sit or lie in order to do our practice. And then taking a few moments just to organize yourself with blankets or cushions, lying down, finding the right chair for today, deciding how you want to sit or lie. And as you're doing this, just reminding yourself that your practice is a way of relating to things as they are, and your choice of posture is a way of relating to your body, your mind, and your emotions just as they are, and recognizing how they come into your practice today. And recognizing that, we can practice in a flexible, versatile way, adapting to how we feel. And as you come into your posture, maybe dropping into a more embodied awareness. So connecting to any points of contact. Maybe noticing where the feet, the legs, the buttocks, the back, or the arms, or even the hands might be connected to a surface chair. And then taking some moments to slow things down and just go through those points of contact one by one, noticing if the pressure is intense or light, if the surface beneath is hard or soft, and if the surface area in contact is large or small. And connecting all of these together, just opening to a sense that this is a practice where you are supported. Gravity and the earth are holding you secure. You can let go of effort. You can pause the need to be doing something. Allow yourself to be held and supported by the practice. And open a space simply for awareness and connection to whatever might be alive in your body, your emotions, and your mind. So, as that sense of space and centeredness and groundedness begins to develop through your practice, remembering you've always got your feet on the floor or your body in contact with the earth, maybe your hands in your lap or by your sides, as a way of coming back into an embodied anchor, a way of bringing your focus back to a place where you are just an observer without getting too identified or tangled with whatever you might be observing. So, yeah, in the language of some approaches, to unblend yourself, to become an observer free from entanglement with what is being observed. So let's begin by resting our attention on the breath, inviting curiosity, beginner's mind. Where in the body do we feel the breath most present today? We breathe all the time. We've been breathing, all of us, for decades. The body breathes all by itself. So, what's the breathing like today? How does it feel in the belly as the diaphragm rises and falls? How is the breath felt in the lungs? Maybe a sense of deep or shallow, fast or slow. Rather than judging or wording, just going to how it's felt in the movement of the lungs and the ribs. And then, of course, how is the breath felt in the mouth, the nose, the lips, with the in breath bringing air into the body and the out breath with air leaving the body. Perhaps a sense of temperature, of one nostril open, another closed. Maybe sense of moisture or dryness on the lips, temperature on the tongue. Just exploring things as they are. Perhaps even just an awareness of whether our awareness can follow one breath or many breaths. If our attention is being pulled away by distractions, other physical sensations in the body, or something happening in the world around you, or something happening in the world within you. And again, no judgment, just awareness of focus or distraction. Whether once or 1,000 times, every distraction we just go, oh, there's a distraction. Something's pulling my attention. Let's just let go of that and come back to the next in breath, the next out breath. And if possible, in any way that feels possible today, a little focus on the qualities of each in breath, how the air coming in through the nose and the mouth connects to the expansion of the lungs, the movement of the diaphragm, Following that breath all the way in, and if necessary, perhaps just saying the word in with each breath. And sensing what in feels like all the way from nose and lips through tongue, throat, lungs, diaphragm. Maybe what in feels like in the shoulders or the back or any part of the body. Noticing also that in is a beginning and each new breath begins again, a new arrival into awareness. And that to allow that to happen, we also need an out. So connecting to the out breath, the air that leaves the mouth and nose, the relaxation of the lungs, the movement of the diaphragm in the belly, and this sense of letting go. And we might even just imagine the word out with each out breath. Noticing how out is felt in the shoulders, the back, the belly, any other part of the body. And then we might follow the full breath in and out. And we could even say arriving and letting go with each in breath, each out breath. Just a sense of arriving, a sense of letting go. And how this is felt in the movement of the body with the breath. Noticing that we can't experience the breath that we were breathing 5 minutes ago. It's gone. And we can't experience what we will be breathing in 5 minutes' time. Hasn't happened yet. We are just here in this ever present moment by moment. The living, breathing experience lived in just this breath. Nothing else. And yet, in each breath, we connect with how we are right now. The energy of this breath, the fast or slow, deep or shallow, just as it is. But if possible, trying to let go of words, just noticing how it's felt in the movement or the muscles or the bones in the body. We can take this now as a focus to have a quick check-in with the body. How is the body moment by moment right now? So we might go down to the toes, the feet, and even just see how possible it is to find our focus of attention down there. Is today a day of focus or restless attention? And even if restless, what can be perceived in the skin or muscles or bones of the toes and the feet? Any muscles that are tense or bracing? Any places where the muscles feel relaxed or at ease? Places where the muscles might feel sore, or places where the muscles feel quite, you know, easeful. Any places where the skin might feel contact with socks or shoes or a surface, maybe a sense of pressure. Again, without words, just a general feeling of the energy that is being held in the feet. Without words, just a connection to how things are right in this moment. If we feel any tension, pain, bracing, perhaps just inviting some softness, some compassion around that. not necessarily to wish it away, more just to send a little bit of kindness around what we find. Then coming up through the legs, the thighs, the shins, the calves, the knees. We might even include the hips. Again, just asking with curiosity what is noticeable in our awareness today? Is the focus of attention able to remain stable in in the knees, the thighs, the shins? Or is there something that keeps pulling the attention away? Is there a need to keep returning attention back into what's going on in those legs? And when you turn attention to the legs, what is it that's alive in your awareness today? What is there in the muscles, the skin, or even in the bones of the legs that feels particularly alive and present today? And again, just noticing, we can't be experiencing what the what they were feeling 10 minutes ago. That's already in the past. And we can't be feeling what might be in the legs in 10 minutes' time. There might be a tendency in the mind to go into memory, to build a story around what we find, to project into the future a possibility of what might happen. So if we notice that, just say, wow, yeah, there's a busy mind trying to make sense of what I'm noticing. Then let go of that thinking and just come back to the actual sensations as they are right now, moment by moment, sensation by sensation, the pure lived experience of this moment. And of course, if there is any tension or any discomfort, any restlessness or some sort of energy that brings a sense of not being relaxed or at ease, we can invite some compassion around this. an awareness that there is discomfort here. And we can invite some kindness and some softness around that. Coming up through the pelvis and the spine, the buttocks, the muscles and the skin of the lower back, mid back, and upper back, maybe even into the shoulders and the neck. Just taking some time to explore what is most present in any of the physical sensations that are alive in this region of the body today. Maybe again, awareness of sitting. Perhaps now, after sitting for a while, the sensations have changed compared to when we began this meditation. So, if there's any parts of the body holding the weight and connecting to a surface, what might be alive in those sensations? And as we work up through the muscles of the pelvis and the back, again checking in with any tension or relaxation. Tightness, softness, any discomfort or ease, maybe even sense of temperature. Really taking the time to explore all the little details, nuances of what is alive in the muscles, the skin, the bones. And again, if there's any discomfort, tightness, tension, we don't want to really push it away. Just recognize that it's here. Recognize it might not be very pleasant. But also, if we can, just recognize the qualities, the details of those sensations, and hold them with compassion and with kindness, a little bit of softness around them. And if the mind is busy coming up with this is why, or if only, or I should, or I shouldn't have, all these little judgments that arise out of what we notice, just accept that this is the way the mind works. Tries to make sense of things, tries to link them with stories and memories and beliefs, tries to project into the future worries or planning or goals. Just see that as part of the way the body mind works. Let that go and come back to, okay, but what are the actual sensations that are here right now? We come to the shoulders and down the arms, through the biceps and triceps of the upper arms and the skin, down to the elbow, all those muscles and tendons of the lower arms, the bones coming down to the wrist and the skin, and then the hands, perhaps a comparison of right and left arms, an awareness of how the arms are arranged by our sides or over our lap or connecting in some way to body or surface. Perhaps an awareness of temperature, parts of the body with clothing or parts open to the air. Maybe an awareness of the inner temperature of the body compared to the world around. Again, anything that might be going on in the muscles, any tension or discomfort, any places of ease, relaxation. Any sense of buzzing or tingling or pulsing. And if we have any stories coming up, judgments, thinking around what we find, again, just allow those thoughts to flow. The mind is busy doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And our job is just to see if we can unhook ourselves from the thinking, allow those thoughts to flow, and we can choose to bring our attention back just to the physical sensations, whether it's a pulsing or a tingling, a buzzing, temperature, a contact of clothing and skin or air, the lived experience of the arms right now. And then, of course, we can bring our attention up into the neck, the throat, and the jaw. We might focus on where the neck rises up from the shoulders, from the spine, the muscles that connect the head and the neck to the torso and the back. The bones that connect the neck to the skull, the jaw, the teeth, maybe even the muscles around the face, the tongue, lips, and the skin, of course, of the throat, the face, the eyes and the eyelids, the brow, the eyebrows, and the scalp. Anything that might be alive in this region, maybe even the hint of a headache or pulsing in the head or tingling in the skin, sensations on the nose, the ears, cheeks, in the eyes. We might not notice everything, but we might be aware that there's something particular alive in the head, the neck, the face. We bring this down to the chest, the heart, and the gut. The inner organs. And particularly around the heart and the gut, a whole set of nerves that perceive our emotional state and our well-being. It's an extension of our brain, an important part of our nervous system. So what is alive in the sensations here within the gut and the internal organs? Within the energy of the physical sensations around the heart. And from the throat down into the chest. So we can imagine now the whole body connected together. And as we do this, recognizing that this is the body right now. And already quite a lot of time has passed since we first connected to our toes, our legs. This is the body now, in this moment. Every new breath, a new beginning. So you're spending the last 10 minutes or so of our meditation in silence. You might be aware of sounds coming and going, might be aware of thoughts coming and going, and maybe even an emotional energy held in the body that might have many different layers or nuances within it, and how this is kind of a dance within the gut, the heart, the skin, the muscles, and how the body might be holding the experience of today, the the wider issues and experiences of your life, and not so much a mental analysis, but more a connection with how they are being lived and held and processed within your body, cells, muscles, and bones. So, maybe about 8 minutes of just silent practice. So as you're connecting to whatever's alive right now in you, seeing if you can get a sense of this body that you are observing right now. How would you describe its overall energy levels? How is the body experiencing life through sensations in different parts of the legs or the body, the arms, the hands, the head? How is it holding the energy of today in the skin or the muscles or the bones or within the gut, the heart, the lungs? Around that, what are you observing in the mind of this living, breathing body? The thoughts that come up, the stories that want to emerge, the beliefs that keep shaping evaluation or thought or judgment. What awareness is there even of this attention, this focus, drifting in and out of practice? What's pulling us away? What brings us back? Whatever we found, can we invite a sense of compassion and kindness? Just celebrate that we have given our time to this practice. Maybe a sense of connecting just in some ways to what is alive in the body, emotions, and mind right now, and how that might relate to our lived experience of today or the week or whatever we might be thinking about the week ahead. We'll see if we can bring a little bit of movement into our toes and our fingers, into our hands and legs, as we kind of end the practice. And I'm going to invite you into some breakout rooms just for 10 minutes so that you can do a little bit of sharing around what you found in today's practice. So, in your own time, just bring yourself to maybe a little bit of movement. And if your body wants to stretch or yawn, when you're ready, opening your eyes, taking in the world around you. I'll end the recording and set you up for your breakout rooms.